Okay, guys, welcome to our Wednesday evening conference call. Tonight is our Actually Experts call, and we're very blessed to have an incredible man on the call here with us tonight. I tell you, one of the busiest guys I know, so I can't believe that we got him pinned down here tonight for a wonderful call. Folks, tonight we're going to have Dr. Michael Fajgenbaum on the call with us here tonight talking about sports and nutrition and all kinds of good things. And I just kind of want to tell you quickly a little bit about Dr. Fajgenbaum. He's a board-certified orthopedic surgeon who specializes in sports medicine and arthroscopic surgery. He's been with the Bone and Joint Surgery Clinic since 1988 here in Raleigh, and is the team orthopedic surgeon was the team orthopedic surgeon for over 20 years with the North Carolina State University football team. Guys, that's no feat that I want you to take it unrecognized here, because I think Dr. Fajgenbaum was at 30 years old, named as the head orthopedic surgeon to the NC State football team, which made him the youngest ever orthopedic surgeon in NCAA 1 football. In addition to that, he's worked with other programs over the years. He's served as a team physician for the Methodist College, the Carolina Mudcats, and the Carolina Cobras, and the Ravenscroft School. So without any further ado, what I'm going to do is ask Dr. Fajgenbaum, are you on the line here with us tonight, Doc?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Great,
and
great,
once
great.
again, I just can't tell you how much we appreciate you coming on. So, Doc, just tell us a little bit about, what you're going to talk about here tonight, and let us have it.
Well, guys, thanks so much for joining me this evening. I've been involved in sports medicine for years, and not only interested in taking care of the injuries, but interested very much in preventing injuries. And of course, we think one of the most important ways to prevent injuries is through preparation and strength training. And for people to perform at their best and to be as strong as they can be, of course, we have to maximize their nutritional input and nutritional benefits. So I've been interested in nutrition and sports training for forever, it seems like. So I'd like this evening to talk a little bit about energy sources, energy storage, and the human body energy requirements for activity in sports. And of course, at any time, if somebody wants to ask any questions, please feel free to interrupt. Otherwise, I can just kind of give you a rundown on how we look at nutrition and sports medicine. Because basically for us, we're interested in people being healthy and functioning at peak performance. And basically in the human body, the energy comes from the breakdown of our food products, and this releases energy to provide muscle function. Sorry, I also have a puppy like Terry who is barking in the background. But we consume foods which basically consist of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, and our bodies break down these substances, and we break them down into their core components. And basically our muscles and our liver store carbohydrates in the form of glucose and glycogen. And when we need that energy to be active, whether it's walking or sprinting or playing a sport, we're going to break down that energy source. And it's a pretty interesting chemical reaction, but the body takes that carbohydrate and turns it into what's called ATP. And we use that ATP to release energy for high energy power outbursts. So folks that might be sprinting or playing sports, whether it be racquetball or tennis, we're going to take that carbohydrate and through chemical reaction release energy for our muscles. And for folks that are involved in more long-term activities like jogging, maybe marathon running, we're going to use that ATP and carbohydrate for short-term energy, but really we're going to begin to break down fats and protein. And so if you kind of get the drift, we need good food to store as a source of energy for activities. And, realizing how important it was to have, quality food and nutrition, that has been a huge emphasis, when I worked with our athletes, is how to get them proper nutrition so when they work out they can maximize their potential, build their muscles, and, hopefully be winners. So it's all about quality nutrition. And, one of the issues that we have here, particularly with the kids growing up, they're exposed to what I call, the fast food society. And, instead of getting quality nutrition, which results, in health benefits and quality muscle building, a lot of the kids are eating junk foods, things that have poor nutritional value. And, of course, we're always seeking to do our best and provide them with a training table which would provide, a balanced diet. And that brings us to, what's a healthy, balanced diet? Well, you've got to have a diet that's, number one, low in saturated fats. I feel a diet that's low in sugar, but a diet that's higher in complex carbohydrates, high in vegetables and fiber, and with the appropriate amount of protein. Now, some folks who are weight training or strength training, seeking to maximize their performance, they just, do all the wrong things, and they overdo it with the protein. And it turns out that there are limits, and if you take in more than about 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, and a kilogram is about 2.25 pounds, if you take in more than that 2 grams per kilogram of body weight of protein, you're not going to absorb it, you're not going to assimilate it, and you're going to waste it. But for the folks who are involved in sports, they understand the benefit of protein for building muscle, but often they're not getting their carbs and vegetables in the right proportions. And so when they asked me to get involved with Akea, one of the things that I found absolutely fascinating about the product was what they had blended and put together in this product, because most of us don't get enough fruits and vegetables during the day, and having this basically dehydrated and fermented product that had high quality basically fruits, vegetables. This was what I thought to be an amazing thing, and something that I've recommended for my patients and for athletes, including my son, who is a fourth-year college football player at a very successful program. But that is the beauty of the product that we have, is to make up for the lack, I think, of fruits, vegetables, and the superfoods in the typical diet, because we need that balance. We've got to have the protein, the vegetables, the complex carbohydrates, and then, believe it or not, we need a small amount of fat to balance out that intake. And in fact, our fat intake should make up about 20 to 35% of the total calories that we take in per day. Now, fat has more calories per gram than both carbohydrate and protein. So in fact, it has about double. So in terms of volume, as a percent of your diet, the fat ought to make up about 1/6 of your diet by volume, but it's about 20 to 30% of the calories. But it's that ideal balance of food that supports good nutrition, good health, and strong muscles. As far as the timing of when to take things in, when we've got kids who are competing at the highest levels, we try to give them a pregame meal about 3 to 4 hours before activity. But what's real important is after they've either competed or trained, we want to have a food to speed muscle recovery. And again, you want to have food that's easy to absorb in your GI system and easy to assimilate and build your muscles back up. Again, come back to Akea, because this stuff is fermented, And in a way, being fermented, it's partially digested, so it's really easy to absorb and get that nutrition right up into the muscle. And that's what folks need, whether they're young, middle-aged, or even elderly athletes or people who are interested in working out and maintaining their health. Right after the workout, that's probably when we get the maximum benefit from our nutrition. And it doesn't really make much difference if you're a vegetarian or not, because vegetarians, they can get all that they need in terms of the complex carbohydrates, nutrition with the Akea. They can supplement that protein with soy or beans or other plant sources that have high-quality protein that are more easily digestible. And, of course, we want to be sure people get balanced vitamins as well. So anybody have any questions about sports and nutrition? That's sort of the short lecture on how we looked at our athletes and how we try to provide appropriate nutrition to maximize their performance.
Yeah, Dr. Fajgenbaum, we did get some questions in before the call tonight, and one of the questions we had from a young lady was, in sports injury, do you see a difference or, an aid in proper nutrition, healthy fruits, vegetables, that sort of thing, in speeding up the injury process, the recovery process for sports injury?
Well, nutrition, adequate nutrition is critical to facilitate healing. Now, if you've got a well-balanced diet with the proper ratio of protein, carbs, fats, adequate vitamins, you're going to maximize your ability to heal. Now, there probably is a limit to what nutrition can do in terms of healing. So once you're optimized, you're going to be as good as you can be and no more. You can't sort of supercharge the healing process by taking more nutrition than your body needs, because our bodies are very, very efficient biological mechanisms that are able to scavenge the nutrients out of the foods that we eat and do a pretty good job of healing as long as we have what's necessary. Now, if somebody is deficient, for example, in vitamin C, then they're not going to heal soft tissues well, because our bodies have to have vitamin C for the collagen, which are the building blocks of the healing tissue, in order for it to heal. And likewise, if you don't have adequate calcium or vitamin D, then your bones won't heal properly. If you have inadequate protein, then your muscles aren't going to be able to heal and regenerate. But if you have a well-balanced diet with appropriate levels of each of these things, then you ought to heal normally, unless there's something that is medically, or we would say physiologically wrong, where your tissues aren't functioning properly. But you can certainly optimize your healing with a good, well-balanced diet.
Dr. Fajgenbaum, let's move on and talk about maximum performance. I mean, you work with Division I athletes. These are men that have gone on. I can't tell you how many guys that have gone on to the NFL and higher levels of professional sports. Do you see most of these athletes taking supplements? Do you see them on strict diets, or is that something that's sort of a wave that's moving to today? In other words, how important do you see it that athletes have changed their diets to obtain maximum performance? I'll give you a great example. The tennis player, Djokovic, the guy was right on the verge of being, top 5 player in the world. He changed his diet. He went gluten-free. He did all these things, and all of a sudden, bang, he's number 1 in the world, and nobody can beat him. I mean, have you seen that, nutritional edge be really relevant in sports?
I have, over and over again. The kids who I saw come through our football program and be most successful and move on to the NFL were the ones that basically treated their bodies like a temple. And they were very careful as to what passed their lips. They watched what they ate. It was quality nutrition. And they stayed away from alcohol and smoking and drugs and things that could affect their performance. But the kids who were the best, they were absolutely fanatical about what they ate, what they drank, and how they worked out. And I think it's key, because if you want to optimize your performance, whether it's on or off the field, junk in, junk out, and good stuff in, a great performance on the back end.
Dr. Fajgenbaum, one of the last questions I'll ask you here is, what is your opinion on synthetic nutrition versus whole food nutrition?
So I'm not in favor of synthetic anything. But basically, I think that in this world, we have a relationship with all the plants and animals that we coexist with in every which way. It's nature. And our bodies, in my opinion, were designed to work with the bounty that nature provided. And I think it works best with what nature has provided for us. And so all the things that we call food, that come naturally biochemically, our bodies have been created to work best with those things. I may not be expressing myself terribly clearly, but we were designed for nature, not for things coming out of a lab. And I can't imagine where man could synthesize or make anything artificial that would have any impact. That's why I recommend, as opposed to buying synthetic things, that people think, try to consume pure, organic, whole foods without chemical additives if possible, and use the things that have been proven to be healthy and helpful.
Dr. Fajgenbaum, what attracted you to Akea?
Well, I think that basically, when they presented the product to me and the concept, and I took a look at the label first thing, and I just took a look at the ingredients, and every single thing in the product I knew was healthy. I mean, even before I started taking Akea daily, I would take oat bran because that was great for my cholesterol. I was using turmeric for its anti-inflammatory effects. I like the superfruits for the vitamins and the health benefits and the antioxidants. And to see it all in one product, I mean, instead of me going down to Costco and having to buy out the whole fresh fruit and vegetable room, I could take it in a powder mix without any additives, without any preservatives, and get what I needed, because I actually have high cholesterol. I have a family history of heart disease. I have no intention of having either stents or heart surgery.
Right.
So this is a real, it's a natural part of my daily routine that I feel is keeping me healthy.
How do you take your essentials every day, Dr. Fajgenbaum?
Well, I like it with water. I know that some folks like juice. I put a scoop in the shaker with about 6 ounces of water, shake it up. I do that every single morning and every evening. And
very nice.
I actually think it's reasonably tasty. I don't like to add it to fruit juice because I like to take my fruit juice alone.
Oh, that's wonderful. Dr. Fajgenbaum, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you, taking time out of your schedule. Listen, guys, I have to tell you guys that there's no busier man on the planet. We're fortunate to have Dr. Fajgenbaum here in Raleigh at our corporate headquarters, in our city. And I can't tell you how many people that have come to our office and said, I heard that Dr. Fajgenbaum was involved with this company, and that's all I needed to know. What do you guys do? And I mean, his reputation just precedes him everywhere within, the sports community. And so for those of you who are out there, in the sports communities, talking to people, prospecting and introducing our product to athletes and trainers and gym owners and athletic directors and so forth, you need to really read his biography, and tell people that Dr. Fajgenbaum is involved with our company, because that's a huge, huge plus for us. We're so fortunate to have someone like him. And Dr. Fajgenbaum, I just can't tell you how much we appreciate you being on the call here with us tonight.
Well, it is absolutely my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And I hope that we can have you on here again, in a couple months soon.
That'd be great. Well, guys, have a good night. Thanks for listening in.
Thank you, Doctor. Guys, that's Dr. Michael Fajgenbaum. You heard it here. He's an incredible board-certified orthopedic surgeon, specializes in sports nutrition, and we just can't tell you how much we appreciate you all being on the call. This call was recorded. It will be up tomorrow afternoon on the Ask the Experts page of your websites. So if you want to send it out to anyone and get it out to your friends and prospects, please do so. So everyone, thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.